Hi, my name is Jonas, this is Sublime Media, and today we are going to do a review of the Kirmuss Restoration System. Is it the best sort of cleaning machine for records on the market, or is it snake oil? Let's find out. So the Kirmuss system is not without controversy. Some buy into and believe the system, and others are highly skeptical. Even the highly renowned journalist and court jester Michael Fremmer was skeptical at first, but after trying it out for himself, seeing the proof and listening to it, he is now a complete and full-blown sort of Kirmuss fanboy. So now, this is my thoughts on the system. So at the end of the video, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and check out my Instagram page for more content. I also have a Ko-Fi page, so if you want to support the channel, please go over there and buy me a cup of coffee. I actually did a review of the Kirmuss system months ago, so that is just some of the stuff that you can expect from the Ko-Fi page. I'll leave links down below so you can click and watch, see what it is for yourself. So when it comes to record cleaners, I think that I have a pretty good experience with it. I collected records for my entire life on a sort of professional level in 20 years, something like that. I've tried out most of the types of cleaning machines that there is, everything from sprays and cloths to manual spin cleans, vacuum cleaning machines, ultrasonic machines, and so forth. Let's just say I know my around cleaning records. But I want to start by talking about the company first. So who is Kirmuss, or what is Kirmuss? The system is an innovation by this crazy looking lab coat guy that you may have seen on some record fairs or hi-fi fairs, running around and telling everyone to come and see his restoration system. And all jokes aside, Charles Kirmuss, the innovator of this system, is a brilliant guy. He has countless patents all over the world and has different tech companies that he is working on. So when it comes to the sort of scientific part of this, Charles knows his stuff. It's a fairly young system and company. The system was launched in 2018. And Charles hasn't taken any prisoners along the way. He went out guns blazing and really sort of rejected all other machines and methods on the market. Now, to be fair, Charles has actually come out in interviews and said that there are some machines and systems that can surface clean a record pretty good. So what is the Kirmuss Restoration System? Well, I won't bore you with the sort of the tech and the science behind it, because not that it's not interesting. I've spent hours reading up on this, but I'm not the guy to give you the sort of the lecture on this. I'll leave links down below where Charles talks about this in depth and also show proof of his system. But I'll tell you the short version of it. The short version is that the Kirmuss Restoration System not only sort of surface cleans and deep cleans your records, but it really goes into the grooves and takes out all the gunk and muck that has been building up over decades on the records. But not only that, it also takes away the pressing oils from the pressing plant. So even if it was pressed decades ago, the machines that pressed it left a coat of oil, and no other machine takes away that coat of oil. Only the Kirmuss machine does that. And it does this with only distilled water, a splash of isopropyl alcohol, 70%, and the ionizing spray that comes with the system. So what do you get in the box when you receive the system? Well, you get the sort of the machine, and you get the top lid, but you also get a bunch of cloths, the ionizing spray, goat hair brush, stylus cleaner, and so forth. Everything you need really to clean and restore a good amount of your records. And the main man here is obviously the machine itself. It's like a big metallic bathtub with 3 transducers. It comes with a custom built lid with 2 12-inch slots, 1 10-inch slot, and 1 7-inch slot. So when you slide the record down, it slides down to rubber wheels, and it's motorized, so it spins the record. And on top you also have a digital display that tells you how long it's left for you to clean the record, and also an indicator of how hot the water is, so you don't ruin your record or warp it. And yeah, restoration. What is restoration anyway? I mean, where other ultrasonic machines have a more Apple approach to cleaning records, where you have a liquid, you stuff in the record into the machine, you push a button, and minutes later you come back, it's cleaned and air dried. When it comes to the Kirmuss system, it requires much more elbow grease. It's more of a manual sort of work, but if you put down that work, you will be greatly rewarded at the end. And I'll talk about the result at the end of the video, the result I got from hundreds of cleaned and restored records. And again, I won't bore you with the exact details on how to restore a record. Again, I'll leave links down below, because Kirmuss has YouTube videos. I think there are 8 separate videos that takes you through the entire process, but I'll give you the sort of the quick version of it. So for restoring a record, you place the record in a slot, give it a 5-minute clean, take it out, place it on the spindle, spray with the ionizing spray, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. Give it a swirl with the goat brush, examine the white toothpaste-like gunk that comes out of the record, and give it another run depending on the amount of white coming out. So according to Kirmuss, it usually takes 3 to 5 runs for a standard record, and if all is done right, the record comes out of the slot almost completely dry. After this, again, you place it on the spindle, you wipe it with the microfiber cloth, mist the goat hair brush a little bit and let it run on the record before you drop the needle. This is just because if there are any static buildup, then this takes away that. And that is it. That's how you restore a record. So let me also go through how you surface clean a record. And surface clean a record in this case is the process that you do that is equal to all other ultrasonic cleaning machines. So the short version of this is that you take the record, you put it in the slot, and you give it a run for 2 to 5 minutes depending on what record it is, and then you're done. That's it. I can almost hear everyone saying that the record is wet, it's not dry when you take it out, and that's true. You can put it on the spindle and do the Kirmuss sort of dance with the cloths and stuff like that. If you have a vacuum cleaning machine like I have, I actually vacuum it just afterwards, or just let it air dry in a rack or something like that. Now Charles Kirmuss has said to me that this is not the way to go, because either if you air dry the record or if you vacuum dry the record, these processes will leave a coating on the record. So the right way to do it is the Kirmuss way, on the spindle, the cloths and so forth. But it's also a matter of time. And if you are surface cleaning a record, in my opinion, there is a little bit of a wiggle room when it comes to the cleaning and drying process. Restoring the record, there is no argue. But when you surface clean it, the drying method is I think you can go a little bit about how you want to in this case. So this brings me to the most interesting part, I guess, the result. I mean, I have cleaned about 150 records, I think, with the machine. And maybe 30, 40 of them were restored records. The others were surface clean. And if you're interested in seeing the records that I did and the result for each and every single record, I urge you to go to my Ko-Fi page, where I have made a video where I show the records that I have restored. In this video I'm going to show you 2 records that were very well restored. In this case, a pretty beat up copy of the complete Agitate and Piano Discoveries, a 2 LP set from, I guess, the 50s, something like that. It's from one collector, old jazz drummer that I bought a collection from. It's been stored the same way and it's been played about the same all its sort of life. So I took the first record and I surface cleaned it, and I took the second record and I restored it. Before cleaning and restoring this, it has pops and clicks. When I put the cleaned record on the turntable, it still had some background noise. It still had some pops and clicks, but a huge improvement. Then I put on the restored record and it was dead quiet. No pops, no ticks, no background noises whatsoever. And I thought that I was losing my mind. I played the entire record all the way through. I actually called my wife down in the listening area, and she said the same thing. The first one that was cleaned had pops and ticks and stuff like that, and the one that was restored were dead quiet. So in this case, it was restored and the needle could go deep into the grooves, as deep as it needed to go to just not be affected of the scratches and the surface marks and stuff like that. The next record I'm going to talk about is this. This is a very rare Swedish jazz record called The Artistry of Lars Gullin. This is hard to find in good shape, and if you find it in sort of okay shape, it's a rare record. It costs maybe 100 to 150 euro. I actually bought this from a store this week because I want to see the potential of the Kirmuss machine. So this was graded VG-, and I paid 40 euro for this. I gave it the Kirmuss treatment. I did the restoring of this. Took maybe 5 or 6 sessions. After restoring it, put it on the turntable, dead quiet. Like, dead quiet. No ticks, no pops. One song had a little bit of background noise that you could hear, so probably the scratches was just too deep on that specific track, but still very enjoyable. The rest of the record were VG++, in my opinion. So you have a record that went from VG- to VG++. But those are two really sort of good examples of them. As I said, go to my Ko-Fi page where you can see the rest of the results. When it comes to beat up, used, scratched up records, I had about like 50% result, where 50% didn't improve at all, and 50% were sounded a lot better than before the restoration. The pros and cons. I'm going to start with the cons. The cons is definitely that it's labor intense. It demands some elbow grease, but if you do, you are greatly rewarded. It heats fast. I mean, I did three records, restored 3 records, and then it went up to deep red. So I had to let it sit for a half an hour before I could continue. Another one is that it's a big bathtub and demands 6 liters of distilled water, and that is a lot. You can only like restore 15-20 records maybe before you have to exchange the water also, and it can't sit overnight. So I found myself ordering distilled water because I can't buy it in my town. So I ordered distilled water and put down a lot of money on the distilled water. I actually invested in a distiller, so now I'm distilling my own water. And I urge everyone to, if you invest in this system, invest also in a distiller. It's good for the wallet and it's good for the environment. And the last con, in my opinion, is the 10-inch slot. I don't use it because I don't collect 10-inch records. I get it. If you have 10-inch records, it's magical. But in my opinion, I would be so much better off with 3 slots for 12 inches and the one for 7-inch. I know that Kirmuss is selling one exclusive lid for one American shop. So you can get the 3 sort of the custom-made lid with 3 12-inch slots if you buy it through that store. I don't know if it's available here in Europe. Either way, I didn't have the opportunity to buy that sort of lid, and I wish I had. So to the fun part, the pros of the entire system. The first one is it surface cleans records 11 out of 10. I mean, this machine is insane. I've tried out a lot of machines, vacuum cleaning machines, ultrasonic machines, and this cleans records just as good as any other machine, and that's just the surface cleaning part of the machine. Another pro is that it's extremely sturdy and well built. It's quality all the way. When you hold it, when you carry it, you can really feel that this is quality. And compared to the Humming Guru that I tried out, that is just plastic. It feels like if you look at it, it will break. This feels like a tractor. It's going to stick for the rest of your life. It feels like that anyway. Another pro is, especially in the US, it's a cheap machine for cleaning records. Compared to the other systems, this is very affordable. Another pro is that it's super fast. I clean 2 records at a time, and when I surface clean records, I do the 5-minute cleaning process. So in 1 hour, 1.5 hours, I have cleaned a big batch of records before I toss the water out. Another pro is the timer, so I can see how far the record has gone, and the heat indicator also, so you don't end up warping your records. But finally, to the two biggest pros in my opinion. The first one is the service. Kirmuss has some of the best service I have ever encountered in any sort of genre of products. Just look around you. What other product in your close proximity can you email and get an answer from the CEO himself within like less than a day? Not only helping you out, sorting different facts out, but also sending links and scientific reports. The passion from these guys are from another planet, really. And if there are any sort of problem or you have any sort of questions, Charles Kirmuss is there for you to get the answers that you need. And the last pro undoubtedly is that it restores records. No other machine on the market restores records. They clean records, but they don't restore records. And it works. It really works. I mean, I get maybe 50-60% up till this date to restore, and some of them just get very cleaned, like the best that they could ever be cleaned, because you have reached the maximum of that record. If it is scratched up and it doesn't sound good, you can't clean it better. It's a dead record. I mean, it has reached its potential as it sits today, but when it works so well. When there are room for getting down into those grooves, missing the scratches and stuff like that, it just works. So like this record, I can now buy records that are downgraded because I know that in most cases I will be able to bring that sucker up a few steps. And if that's not the biggest pro of them all, then I don't know what to say. Okay, so let's wrap this up. My final sort of thoughts on this. Well, when I went into this review, I was really skeptical. I thought it was snake oil, especially the ionizing spray. But I'm so glad that Charles Kirmuss and takt&ton gave me the opportunity to try this out. I thought that my Okinoki vacuum cleaning machine with the Humming Guru would be the perfect match, and maybe somewhere in the future I could invest in a degritter or something like that. But after trying this out, I'm super glad that I didn't invest. So needless to say, I was dead wrong, and I'm glad to announce that I'm a proud owner of the Kirmuss system. Yes, they didn't get the opportunity to take it back. I kept the system and bought it from takt&ton. I mean, I only had my Humming Guru for a month, but I didn't hesitate to sell it to finance a little bit of what the Kirmuss cost. And for full transparency, I actually did get a discount when I bought it, but that was because it was a used product, a demo product. So in no way, shape or form at any time did Charles or any of his associates or takt&ton demand anything from me. They knew that I had the channel, but they never said that they wanted me to do a review or talk about the machine in any shape or form. So this review is my thoughts on the machine that I now own. Now I understand that this comes with questions, so just write your questions down below. I'll try to answer them, but I'm gonna ask Charles to take a look at it also, so you get your answers hopefully directly from Charles if you have any questions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out my Instagram and for Ko-Fi for more content like this. Have a great day everyone, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye. So thank you so much for watching the entire video. You are a true hero, and if you want more of these videos, I have 12 years of content somewhere around here, so just push the sort of the video button and you get all the juicy stuff. Have a great day.